Happy Wednesday. It's getting closer. We're just 2 days to go now.
Nearly there. Nearly
We are
there. It
so
is
close.
nearly almost the start of the Vitality Blast for 2026.
It is Vitality Blast Eve is what it is. We have Christmas Eve, and now it is Vitality Blast Eve.
No, morons say
Okay.
things like Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
not having Eve. It's just nearly here. That's all we need to say. It's
It is nearly
almost here. It is very nearly upon us.
2 days to go until the Vitality Blast starts. Welcome once again to White Noise Cricket. Jonathan and Cam McFarlane back with you for our final men's preview of the Vitality Blast. Cameron, how have you been, sir, since I last spoke to you? Because obviously, we now that we can be seen, it has actually been a couple of days since we did our last previews. So, how have you been?
Yeah, not bad at all. You are still wearing the same outfit, so
Yep.
people may still have thought you were still recording on the same day. I have come in my Essex Eagles top. No, obviously not. It's the South Group though, and we will be talking about Essex. However, it's not the Essex Eagles. It's obviously Philadelphia because I'm excited because I get to go and watch them twice this year, which is exciting. But before all of that, lots of cricket to talk about. So let's not get too excited about the old hand egg ball at this point.
Yes, that is very much a winter sport for us too. But our summer sport is cricket, and that is why we're here. White Noise Cricket continuing on with our previews of the Vitality Men's Blast. If you haven't listened before, on Monday, our North Group preview came out. On Tuesday, our Central Group came out. The preview for that. And now it is the final preview of the year. It is the South Group preview or the final men's preview of the year. Don't forget tomorrow.
I was going to say, don't go too early. We've still
no
yet.
No, that we do still have a women's tier 1 Vitality Blast preview show that will be coming out tomorrow alongside a recap of everything that happened in the One Day Cup this past weekend, and also as well what happened in the Vitality County Cup round 2 as well. So that'll be coming out on Thursday. On Friday, we will then have our opening day preview pod, which is it's a special day. The opening day of the Vitality Blast is always a special day, and we are going to be here on Friday for it. So
one of the best. It's not quite an 8-game Friday, but it's not too far off.
No, it really isn't, and I can't wait for it. So, shall we get on with it then, sir? We do have one more group to preview.
Let's do it. Let's go through the South Group, and in honour of the jumper, we will start with Essex because we're doing them in alphabetical order, and they are the first one of the South Group for us to talk about.
They did finish last year.
And
it was bad.
They haven't particularly added a lot. And by that, I mean, they've added the square root of Mitch Colleen and Simon Akhtar, and that's it.
But Simon Harmer's back. Great. Fantastic. I love Simon Harmer.
He's been there for 1,000 years now.
That is true. And obviously as well, Liam Mulder.
Beginning of time. Like Simon Harmer, I believe now was there in 906 BC.
He was there in 2019. Simon Harmer with the ball, Simon Harmer with the bat. That iconic call from NASA on finals day when they won it. Liam Mulder as well is there as well. He's there.
Only until the 9th of June, though.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. I think
I almost think it's barely worth talking about.
And the thing is that I'm so worried about this Essex side because when we spoke to the content day, they were of the opinion, like they said, and we've said this for a while, that if you get on a bad run in this competition early doors, then you get in trouble. And even with 14 games, if you feel like
momentum is real.
Yeah. But now with 12 games.
Like I say, 2 less games, it becomes even harder if you do have a wobble at the start or if you do end up behind the 8 ball, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, you look at last year, obviously, for the Michael Pepper still getting some very decent runs, 364 runs for him. And then
obviously world class, let's be honest, he is one of the best top order batsmen around.
Yeah, and Jordan Cox as well. Don't forget him, obviously, because there were a couple of games that he won on his own for Essex. Two of the games that he basically won on his own. He was absolutely stupendous, really. And obviously as well, Paul Walter still doing what he does.
Paul does what he does.
He does. But the problem is that last year, obviously, they had Mohamed Amir there.
Yeah.
2 wickets for him in the blast. The next one was Simon Harmer with 11. No Mohamed Amir there this year. Again, I'm looking at that bowling attack and going, where are the wickets coming from? And if you don't get on a run early doors, and say, for instance, they could go and surprise me, and they could go 2, 3, in a row, and they could be flying. But
that's it. All of a sudden, you go, right, if you can get off to that flyer, you put pressure on everyone else, and you've got an opportunity. I like the addition of Mitch Colleen. Obviously, someone we spoke to at the content days as well. Spoke really well. Come down from Durham. That accent's going to take some getting used to in Essex. I think they're going to struggle because he is very much a Durham boy, born and bred as well. It's a thick accent that Mitch has got, but he really nice bloke, and I think giving him the opportunity to play, and I think he'll play plenty this year for them. I think he will replace some of those wickets lost for sure.
But I'm still worried about this Essex bowling attack, and I'm still worried about this Essex batting attack as well a little bit. Look, Jordan Cox is a great player.
And in the field and off the field.
Everything else. Basically, what I'm saying is that on the cricket.
They're making the correct mix of cordial to water. And I also think that, I just think everything worries me a little bit. I'm
not going to say they finished bottom, though. Ooh, I'm not going to say they finished bottom. I'm going to go 5th. I'm going to go 5th. I
think they back up bottom with bottom again.
Okay. All right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they finish higher because, like I say, there is a lot of talent there. Like Pepper, Cox, Walter is strong batting, like seriously strong batting. And they are not a bad side by any means. But will it be enough to win week in, week out? I'm not sure it will. So, unfortunately, in what is a very strong South group, I think they are bottom.
I'm going to go 5th. But they could finish bottom.
Very interested to see who you put below them then.
Well, I think we can guess, really, to be honest. But we'll come on to that. A team that will not finish bottom. A team that is one of the royal counties of this competition.
It was always the definition. There is no way of talking about them without throwing that word in there at some point.
But they are, though, aren't they? They're the runners-up from last year. They've been to more finals days than pretty much anybody bar Somerset. They are they always, like I've always said on this podcast over the previous 4 years, the definition of doing enough in the dictionary, underneath it says, see Hampshire Hawks. But my Christ, they have not done enough. They have done more than enough this winter. They have wintered seriously well. Seriously well.
I think when you look at what they've done, pretty good. Like no domestic signings at all, really.
No.
But they haven't. Sorry, it deserves it. I'm getting the BBC now. They haven't fucked about with the internationals, have they?
No, they absolutely have not. And
I was trying not to put that in there, but it needs saying because
it's true though. There is no other way of putting it.
They haven't. Was excellent for them last year. Really, really good for them last year when he came in. But let's be honest, the best player in this competition this year, and I'm including Josh Butler and Phil Salt and Liam Livingston and. Yes, I've realised I've just listed all Lancashire players there, but they are the best players in this competition. Tristan Stubbs is the best player in this competition by a mile.
By far. Absolutely.
They're slightly hurt by the fact that he's now going to miss the first couple of games because he's going to be busy playing for South Africa, but he is still on a different level to anyone else in this comp.
Yeah. Absolutely correct. He is, for me, I think the signing of this, I really genuinely think he's the signing of the tournament.
So good.
Like, ridiculous.
And obviously, they've also brought in, obviously, Delano Potgater, who I thought was leading the PGA Championship. No, obviously joking, but Aldridge, I don't know if he's any relation. Probably not. It's probably just a fairly common name in South Africa, I imagine. But yeah, he's coming in for the early stages, can play ahead of Tristan Stubbs coming in a little bit later. So they've done well there to get him in. Obviously, losing Benny Howell is not ideal because quality player in this format for a long, long time. But I still think they're strong. I think, is the ball in a little bit of a worry? Maybe. I don't think it's the strongest. I don't think it's the strongest in this group by any means.
No.
But the
I don't
batting
think it needs to be.
No, that's it. And like you say, if the batting comes off, then brilliant. If the batting has a wobble, then I'm concerned.
Well, you look at obviously Scott Curry, 27 wickets last year, second most highest wicket taker in the Blast, and like he was outstanding, in particular towards the back end on finals day. I thought he was brilliant. Obviously, Chris,
you know what I would say? Scott Curry does what Scott Curry does.
He does, correct. Obviously, Liam Dawson now has decided that he doesn't want to play first-class cricket anymore. Definitely, I don't think any relation
had the whatsoever after the announcing of the Test squad.
No, correct. Sonny Baker, depending on whether he actually plays or not, but obviously we know that he's a very talented boy.
I think he'll play plenty.
Yeah, but obviously, I think the biggest thing for Hampshire here is the fact that obviously Adrian Birrell's gone, right? And he was very, very much a stalwart of that side. You know, when he stepped down as coach, I don't think it's going to be a massive change for obviously Russell Domingo coming in, but you still look at that batting lineup. Obviously, the highest run scorer last year in the Blast in Toby Albert. You know, you've still got Tom Prest, and you know you've still got James Vince, who is still for me one of the best white ball second best white ball captain in the comp, behind Lewis Gregory. And it is strange to say this, but when you say how James Vince goes, Hampshire go, but I still think that is the case. And obviously now he's not playing first class cricket. And with that batting lineup as well, I don't think it's a bold shout. They finished top of the pile in the South Group, and they finished top of the pile in the South Group comfortably for me. They're just too good. They are comfortably too good.
See, you are forgetting something though.
They don't. Yeah, I know they like to come through the pack, and yeah, I like that.
They don't care about the group stages. They just do enough to get in. And if they can get in the dance, then that's where they perform. So yeah, I don't think they finish top, but I do think they qualify. So I think
you're going
in second. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously your two qualifications for the third place teams are already in the North and the Central Division.
Yeah, I'm potentially going to change that.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll hold fire on that then.
I think I might have been bold, but I'm still not sure.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well,
I got it nice on the first two shows, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
But I might stick to my guns, or I might change it. Who knows what?
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
well, let's go on. Let's go on to Kent then.
Kent Spitfires.
Again, this is they're an interesting side of Kent. Finished in the top four last year. You know, came through on the final day. They obviously lost to an outstanding innings from Liam Livingston last year in the quarterfinal. No shame in that. Going to the fourth place, going to the top side.
The best batsman in the comp.
Behind Tristan Stubbs, obviously, as we know. 100%. But that's another issue.
Never heard of him, mate.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Just talked about him being the best player in the comp. Straight away, never heard of him.
Well, looking at Kent then, obviously, I think this sounds really stupid, but I don't know whether they're actually going to be boosted or hindered by the fact that Zach Crawley's not playing Test cricket anymore. Like the fact that he's not going to be there, the fact that Zach Crawley's still got.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off here. If you think they're not boosted by Zach Crawley not playing Test cricket, you're a moron.
Yeah, but you've seen the start.
Look at what he did in this competition last year in the few games he played.
I know, yeah.
Regardless of your thoughts on him as an opener for the Test team or anything else, he is one of those players that is a level above this, but probably just below where he needs to be to play Test cricket.
No, I agree with you. I'm not
quality in this competition, and having him involved and potentially involved for every single game of this competition makes them a better side.
Well,
and it makes the golf team better as well, but that's
it does. But looking at it last year, obviously he had the highest strike rate of anybody in the Kent side last year.
He went so hard, but also got runs.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. If in theory it should be, but the problem is that for his start for the county championship this year has not been good, and I don't know whether his head
He
is
has got
completely
more runs
fried.
every single game, though. He
I
hasn't got a
suppose
lot
so.
of runs, but every single game he's got more. So he's improving. He's getting better. By the end of the season, he'll be averaging 197 if he keeps going at the rate he is.
True. Maybe Keith Dudgeon as
He
well is in
won't
there as well.
He won't be because this pattern will not continue. But don't let the facts get in the way of a good story, as we know.
Looking at their overseas, then, right? Obviously, Dean Forrester as well, batting all rounder, has played for South Africa. Very important signing, I think, as well. Tom Rogers, we know how good he is.
Well, yeah,
we know how good he is, and obviously Keith Dudgeon as well is available in all formats as well from the SAF. I don't know how much he'll play, but we'll see where we go. Sam Northeast is a huge signing from Bali.
That's a very tasty little addition.
I agree with you 100%. I do. I think that's a very, very good signing. Matt Milnes as well coming in from Yorkshire.
I was going to say, I totally think that's it. I think, like, we looked at what Hampshire have done in terms of overseas signings. I think when you're looking at Kent, the domestic signings are the ones, like, they have really, really recruited well.
Yeah, again, obviously still there. Got Tuana May, Daniel Bell Drummond still there as well. We saw Joe Denny at the content day. Really, really good player still. He's a young player. He's got a lot of time on his side, as we know.
When you look at it, like you say, like Daniel Bell Drummond, Sam Billings, Zach Crawley, Joe Denley, like that is a seriously healthy start to your batting. And then you look at the bowling, like Fred Klassen, been doing it forever now. He's one of those players that's been around for so long. Milnes is a great addition. I've forgotten about Mie when we're talking about the batting there as well, and obviously Northeast. But then Parky's still quality. Parky's always going to be quality. He will do well in this format. Chucks it up, bowls it slowly, makes it difficult for people. I just think Linsott as well. We forgot about Linsott as well.
Of course, as well.
Another great addition.
Massive.
Young Corey Flintoff could even get a little go now and then.
Yep,
you never know. Joey Everson's quality, like that. Jaden Denley's a good player as well. Let's be honest. Like, we're talking about
he's a really good player.
Play as well. This is a very, very good side.
However, though, I'm actually going to say they only get to third spot, but
so am I. Well, this is where I was thinking I'm going to change my prediction because I think I had the Notts Outlaws qualifying in third.
You did.
I think that they might be the ones that now miss out.
Yeah, I don't see.
I like this Kent side, and I think, as we've already mentioned with one of the sides in this group, and I think it's a strong group, but I think Essex and Middlesex are gettable, very gettable. So I think overall, in terms of the third place side, I think they may have more points than the North group will because I think it's a bit tighter. So I'm going to go with you. I've got them in third, and I think they get through.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think they're a fantastic side. I really do, and I think they're going to be really, really close for second place, even and getting that automatic berth into the into the quarterfinals. I really do. Yeah. But I think they'll just about finish in third position. I think that's where we're going to go. Right, on to Middlesex then. What do we say here? I mean, look, they are a lovely bunch of people. I love Middlesex. Lords was a really nice place, but I'm just having to go on facts. I mean, I'm just talking facts here.
Again, we are sat here and we're looking at it, and they've not fucking done anything.
No, they haven't really. The only place they've got
in really about this the last couple of years, and right, so they did all right last year, and they've got a very, very young team that has already played a lot of cricket. So, that is a good position to be in. That you've got experience that elsewhere would not have played anywhere near the cricket they have. And while I'm talking about very talented young players as well. Like,
Agreed.
when you look at it, and you look at players like Noah Cornwell with the ball, quality fast baller, someone that can take wickets, do plenty. Like, you look at this team and like Lewis DePoy's class, isn't he? Like,
Yeah, of course he is.
really, really good.
Totally agree.
Like, I know he's one of the elder statesmen now. He's 31 now, but still relatively young. Let's be honest. You got people like Nathan Fernandez, Ben Geddes, Safagoa, who've played plenty of cricket. Tom Helm, like, they're all players that have played lots of cricket already, and they're still young and they're still learning and growing.
Luke
And then you
Holden
add in
as well.
quality like Max Holden. That's what I was going to say. Like, Max Holden is, again, probably, I mean, he's what, 28? He's not finished. He's 28.
He's not finished, as we know.
No, but he is still relatively young, but he's so experienced and done so much already.
And don't forget as well, Luke Holden, with the season that he had, he was absolutely outstanding last year. But you look at, obviously, but you look at who they signed. All they signed really is Ethan Bosch from an overseas perspective. And yeah, he played for Essex a couple of times in the Blast in 2024, but hasn't really done much. And like, obviously, they've lost Eskenazi, who got their most runs, 420 last year.
That's a huge loss, let's be honest.
Kane Williamson as well is not playing for him this year. So that's another lot of runs that they need to fill. And I don't see how they do. I'm going to go out. I don't think it's even going out on a limb. I think it's pretty obvious for me. They finished bottom of this group. And it's a shame because I like them.
Like I say, I do like them as a side. I think there's a lot of quality in the side. So I'm going to be generous to them. I'm giving them 5th.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But
all right.
It's not a great position to be in when being generous to you gets you one spot off the bottom.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's fair enough. I'll concede that. Right. We're going to go on to the Sussex Sharks then, who obviously made finals day in 2024.
What are you on about, you moron? We are going in alphabetical order. Surrey is next.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, that's my fault for being a moron, as you say. Correct. Yeah, sorry. Again, this is a really interesting one here because obviously they finished top of the pile again last year.
Square root of nothing again,
but they finished top last year of the South Group. Obviously, had a ridiculous knock hit against them by Ravi Bopara. It happens, whatever. In a knockout game, that's that. But I still think there's a lot of talent in this Surrey side that needs to do more because a team as good as Surrey have been, in particular in the last few years in this format, can't have only won one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the issue. And I look at it, obviously, Sean Abbott is a brilliant signing. Don't get me wrong. An absolutely outstanding signing. And I think that he'll be there for the entire Blast. And that's a great signing. I really like that. Obviously, the loss of Cam Steele hurts badly.
Yeah, what a lovely bloke as well. I got this for him. Absolutely for him. We obviously put a little post out saying that we were gutted for him when he announced his retirement because obviously he was there at the content day. He was looking forward to playing. So so we put a little post out and he did reply to it, and we did tell him that he's welcome on here whenever he likes. So if you are listening, Cam, whenever you fancy it, get yourself on, come and have a sit down and a chat with us, whether that's about the comp or whether you want to talk about your career or whatever. You're more than welcome on this podcast whenever you like.
It'd be nice to have a Cam that actually talks sense for once. Sorry, there was an open goal there. Come on, dude.
One second.
Got it. We got it.
I will not. I'm sorry. I will not have it said that Cam Steele talks sense all the time.
Fair enough. Right, let's take a look at Surrey then for a kickoff. I still think they're in a decent spot, obviously.
Well, I mean, we know they have 1 million players, and they've always had 1 million players, and they've got a very strong squad. But just Sean Abbott I don't know, I just expected a little bit more.
But then when you consider it, right? Okay,
you've got to try and get them in and play them. I get that.
The big worry for me is that obviously Will Jacks probably won't play that much at the Blast. He might play the first 10 games, I think, before the one-day stuff begins and the T20 stuff begins?
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the batting. I think the batting's fine. I don't think the bowling's good.
Not. Well, depends really. How long? Because obviously Sammy sees.
You look at the batting with obviously J. Roy can play Will Jackson's role essentially with the bat.
Yeah.
Not with he can't. He's not going to bowl, but with the bat he can play. He can play that role. And J. Roy is still one of the best T20 cricketers in this country, and he might not have had the best last couple of years, but I don't care. If you were giving me a free pick of anyone in the competition, I would have him in my team.
That's a fair point. I don't disagree with you at all.
Laurie Evans always delivers. You can rely on him that on his worst day he'll get you 30 probably. And that he will still do that, and under pressure he will do it. They've got plenty of youth there. You've got obviously Sam Curran, who.
But this is the big problem though for Sammy C. Is the fact that yes, he's back there, and yes, he's obviously an outstanding player. But now he's back in the white ball setup. So will he be there for the whole comp? Probably not. Chris Jordan might. I don't know if he'll still be there for the entire comp.
He is not playing for England again.
Okay,
because he's still 400 years old, and as much as he's still one of the best T20 players in this country, he ain't going back in that England squad.
Well, then obviously you've got Dan Lawrence as well.
But that's what I mean. You've still got Dan Lawrence. You've got
and Ollie Pope as well. Ollie Pope won't play any Test cricket. So he won't play white ball cricket for England. So he's there for the whole, and that improves your batting lineup massively.
Exactly, that's two more. Potentially got Jamie Smith for some of it. You've also got Rory Burns and Dom Sibley, who reinvented themselves as unbelievable
T20 specialists
last year,
as we know.
So there's plenty there, and then you look at some of the young lads, like people like Tommy Elam and Ollie Sykes, and Jordan Clark is still one of the best T20 players in this country as well, by the way.
He was outstanding on that quarterfinal. Outstanding in the quarterfinal.
He's absolutely brilliant. I still to this day miss him. He's not played for Lancs for about 15 years now. He's one of them players though that just class with ball, with in the field, and to be honest, on his day can ping it a million miles with the bat as well.
But you look at, obviously, like you say though, Sammy C, losing him is big. If they are going to lose him for the comp, I don't know. As in, a part of the comp, especially towards the back end of the comp, that'll be quite difficult for him. Chris Jordan obviously still there, which is good. No Mitch Santner this year. Reece Topley can still bowl a bit. Yeah, Joverton. Yeah, but will he play? Will he play? Because he might be in the England white ball setup. They love him.
They're not kind of moved away from him now, I think.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure.
He might still get a gig here and there. But
Reece Topley as well could still bowl. I'm not saying he can't, So if he's still there, look, this is
I just think it doesn't look as strong as it did previously.
I agree with
that.
The
last couple of years, I think you looked at it and went, they're winning the South Group, and even though I think they still do, I wouldn't be surprised one little bit if they finish third or fourth.
Well, I'm going to go second. I think they will.
Yeah, I obviously said that Hampshire finished second because Hampshire just don't do enough in the group stage. They do enough, but they just do enough. They don't do enough for me to make them think that they would go and win it. So, I think that it has to be Surrey because, one, as much as I do like the Sussex side, they're already starting on a negative. They're already on. It's only -2 points, I know, but that could be big. Half a result could be massive when it comes towards the end of it.
Yeah. I get that.
So I think Surrey still win it.
No, I'm not sold.
But
I think
I would be less surprised than any other year recently. Well, certainly since we started doing this pod, I'd be less surprised if they either missed out or at least finished second or third this year than any other.
I'm gonna go as far as to say that they finished second in the group and they're the best second place side, so they get a home quarter final. That's where I'm gonna go. I think that's what's going to happen. But we move on. Final team to look at then in this blast is the Sussex Sharks. And obviously, as you mentioned, -2 points for them to start with. And I think for Sussex, it was a real shame, I thought, last year, because they just missed out, didn't they, on that final night?
Yeah,
they
on
would
the
have
final day,
got
they
in.
were the lucky loser on the final day.
Lost to Surrey, didn't they? In that cracker
The
down
thing
at
was,
Hove.
I really fancied them to kick on as well. Obviously, they made finals day the year before after beating Lancashire in that quarter final. And as a young side, Tamal aside, obviously, because he's been going around.
And Ollie Robb as well. And Ollie Robb.
Yeah. But obviously, he's still a very young side. And you looked at them and thought, they are just going to get better and better. And it didn't happen last year. Obviously, they were close to making the quarterfinals, but obviously the year before they got a home quarterfinal, which was huge. So you were expecting as a minimum quarterfinals, if not again a home quarterfinal, and to not get in was obviously a disappointing year for them. And I look at what they've added. Obviously, and this is Danny Briggs aside, because Danny Briggs is
quality,
like
a
legend in this format. Like, but nothing else that I'm looking at. Like, yes, Jack Leaning's a decent player. Tom Price is okay. That's probably be a bit harsh. Tom Price is a good player as well. Like,
he's a good bowler. Like I said, I actually still thought
Daniel Hughes is a good player as well.
Just to say, by the way, I just to say really quickly, I actually need to give Tom Price credit here because I still thought he played for Gloucestershire on our central preview yesterday. He obviously has moved. I completely missed that. Carry on. Sorry about that.
So like Danny Briggs is one of the greatest players in the history of this competition. Well, possibly the greatest bowler in the history of this competition. But he is also getting on a little bit now. Whether he can still do it, and he should be able to. I think he still will have a good season. And then Jack Leaning's a good player. Tom Price is a good player. But Dan Hughes is a good player. But do they elevate you to be better than last year? I don't think they quite do.
I'll tell you who does, though, and that's James Coles. Man got paid in the 100, and there's a reason for that.
And I think James Coles is the future of cricket in this country. I think he's that good.
Yeah.
But he was there last year. He was part of this team all last year.
And
they didn't make the top 4. And now they've got to make the top 2, top 3 at the very worst to get through. And that's a worry for me. And I don't think that what they've added improves them enough to get them into less qualifying spots. And I know it's a smaller division, so that's slightly easier to get into those spots than it is if there were 9 teams in there. But I just don't think it's enough. And unfortunately, I think they finished 4th. And I'm good about that because I really like Sussex.
Yeah, same here.
Great ground, unbelievable fans. Like, it makes so much noise on a Friday night when you're down there, or even a Wednesday night, as it was when we were there. When I was there for the quarterfinal, was it a Thursday? I can't remember. It was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday night.
It was a Wednesday night.
But yeah, I was at Northampton on Thursday. Yeah, I just think good team, good players. John Simpson quality as well. Like Danny Lamb,
Tom Clark,
one of my favourite fellow Blackburn fan. That's funny. You missed that one on day 2 of the content days last year when Sussex were on, and the other 2 chaps from Sussex had to tell me and Danny Lamb that it was a cricket podcast and stop talking about Blackburn.
Well, I tell you what, I think the bowling could still be quite interesting for him. Obviously, no Nathan McAndrew is a big miss. I do think it is. Tamal's still there, obviously, and still going to take wickets. He's just that good. Henry Croker was a big find for him last year. 15 wickets for him, and like he started reasonably well in the Champo. So I don't think we've heard the last of him. Ollie Robb obviously might. The problem with Ollie Robb is that like he's perfect for this competition, but he can go for a bit of tap. But obviously,
he's in the test.
Yeah, because he's in the test squad. So there's that.
But
obviously,
Joff isn't.
No, but obviously, would he play though that much ahead of the white ball? I think
he might play a couple of T20 games. I think I think they're resting him by not playing him in this test series. I think that is the whole idea from England, because he is still, regardless of what anyone might think about history of fitness-wise or whatever else, I think he is still, when it comes down to it, and when we come to the next Ashes, he is going to be in that England squad for the Test series. But I think this is a series where they've looked at it and gone, you know what, he can probably have a little bit of time off. Just give him a rest. It's not a massive series. Not something that we're massively that worried about. 3 Test series against New Zealand. Like, I think that they will allow him to play T20 cricket. Like, I don't think we'll see him rocking up in the whites for Sussex, but in short form cricket, I think he will probably play a few games, which is massive for them.
It depends on obviously what happens to the IPL, obviously as well. That's also quite important. But don't forget as well with Geoff as well. He had a very good World Cup, but he got back to somewhere near his best, I thought, to be really honest, in the World Cup. But I'm with you. I think Sussex finished 4th. It's not that I don't want them to qualify. I absolutely do. I just think that there are 3.
I'd love to see them go and win it. It would be great to see them go and win this competition. Like, if it's not Lancs, I'd probably pick them next. Like, they'd probably be my second choice if it wasn't going to be Lancs to win it. But if we do play them in the final, they can get fucked.
God, the beat machine's getting in overdrive at this point. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So anyway, let's just go through our predictions then one more time. So top of the pile for you. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surprise for me. Surprise.
Hampshire for me. I think the Hampshire will top this group. Second for me are Surrey, and second for you are
Hampshire. Nope. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Hampshire. Yes. It was Hampshire.
There we go. Hampshire Hawks.
Yeah.
We both got Kent.
Yes. Yeah. My other one sneaking in third was the Kent Spitfires.
Yes, and we both got them in third, and we both got them qualifying. We've then got Sussex in 4th, the pair of us as well. Yeah, and then we swapped around. We've swapped around Essex and Middlesex. I've got Essex 5th, and 6th is Middlesex.
So much for this South group being very competitive that we've both picked essentially exactly the same thing.
Pretty much.
Which means,
so there we go.
Congratulations to Middlesex.
They are going to top the pile.
And to Essex for qualifying automatically for the quarterfinals.
Yeah, 100%. So before we go with our women's Vitality preview, which come out tomorrow, this is a big question. Who is going to be lifting that beautiful trophy on Saturday, the 18th of July at Edgbaston on men's finals day? I will let you go first, sir. Edgbaston, excuse me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll let me go first. Yeah, nice one. Cheers for that. Sprung it on me at the end. We never mentioned anything about who was going to win.
I can give you my prediction. I don't mind giving you mine. I can give you my prediction if you wish. I've got no issue with that.
Fire away.
It's quite simple, isn't it, really? Honestly. The Hampshire Hawks will win this Vitality Blast and they'll win it comfortably. Yeah. I really do. Like I don't see.
Come on, we've got to do this properly. Come on. This is why I like. If you just wanted to throw you one name to win the competition, that's easy. Who makes finals day, and who gets to the final, and who is the winner? So Hampshire Hawks are your winner. Who did they beat in the final?
For me,
obviously this is a bit of a guess because we don't know what order.
Yeah, we don't know how the. So, but for me, I think they beat the Lancashire Lightning in a rematch of 2022. I think you are a very, very good side. I think you'll comfortably make finals day. And this isn't even me trying to eat and curse you. This is me genuinely from the heart believing that you should make finals day. You're that
if you were trying to eat and curse us, you would absolutely have lumped us as the winners, and then I would have been
correct. 100%. The other 2 semi-finalists, that's quite difficult. But I don't think it's a massive shout to say that I think Somerset will be there again because they just always are. Now this is where do I be bold for one? Do I be bold for one pick? Do I be bold for one pick?
Go on.
That's my biggest thing. Sorry, I'll be bold. The Kent Spitfires, they make it as well.
Yes, okay. So you've got Kent, Lancashire, Hampshire, and Somerset making finals there. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. So I picked Lancashire and Yorkshire to get through. I picked Glamorgan and Worcestershire.
You madman. You madman.
That was right, wasn't it? Glamorgan, Glamorgan, Worcestershire, Somerset, and then Surrey, Kent, and Hampshire.
Yeah. So go on then. Who makes finals day from that lot?
Lancashire make finals day.
Yeah. I'm not even going to say that that's a bad pick, obviously. This is important now. The fact that
home quarter final, and this is obviously dependent on me being right. Worcestershire Rapids make finals there.
You've got no chance.
If they don't get a home quarter final, that changes massively. But if they finish top as I predicted, then they make finals there.
They will not even.
No one else can play at 5 o'clock in the evening. No one else is good at 5 o'clock in the evening. No one else wakes up until 6:30.
But no one. But I've not even got them making the quarterfinals.
Surrey make finals there.
Boring.
And Yorkshire make finals there.
You haven't got Somerset or Hampshire making finals day. Are you mad?
We're going bold. We're going fun finals day. This is proper. Like, we don't want any of this. Oh, we keep turning up there every year and winning. No, this is fun. This is exciting. This is new.
So you've got a team there in Yorkshire who have never won the pot, going to be going back to finals day,
and I will continue, and they will not win the pot again. Do you think I'll go bold now and then, but I'm not predicting them to win anything.
Let me guess where you're going.
Even if I thought they were the best team in the competition by a mile, and everyone else was playing 12-year-olds, and they had all the best players in the world playing, I still wouldn't predict them to win the final.
Fair enough. Okay.
But they do make it. Rosie's match final, and the Lancashire Lightning win.
Do you know what you need to do, my friend? You need to turn your PS5 off and go to bed. Because that is one of the...
You telling me, are you seriously trying to tell me that wouldn't be the best final in the history of this competition?
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you're wrong. Because it's not going to happen.
I might be wrong. But the people, they will listen and think, you know what? Wouldn't it be good if we all lived in Cam's world?
And on that bombshell, I think it's time to end very, very quickly. Cameron, it is always a pleasure. Thank you very, very much indeed. I will see you tomorrow for our Women's Vitality Blast preview. 2 days to go. Can't wait, buddy. Can't wait. It's going to be brilliant.
Bring it on.
Let's go. Right, that is our men's preview done. Obviously, shock horror, Cam's gone Lancashire to win the Blast. Although I haven't gotten too far away either, but I just think that Hampshire Hawks are far too good this summer, and I think they will win it again, just like they did in 2022 against the Lancashire Lightning. But that is the beauty of this competition. We could be seeing stories that emerge from nowhere that no one has ever predicted. We could be seeing, hopefully not the same old people, because, 7 of the 8 teams that qualified last year qualified for the quarterfinals in 2024. I'm hoping for a bit of difference as well. But the one thing that we can guarantee you is that we're going to be here every single step of the way, guiding you through the Vitality Men's Blast. And we'll be guiding you through as well the Women's Blast too, where we'll have our preview for tomorrow. And then back on Friday, we're going to be previewing all of the opening day games. So from Cam, from our fantastic social media manager, Rachel, and myself, Joel, we hope that your week continues to be a blast. We'll see you back here again tomorrow for the final preview of the Vitality Blast week, the women's preview. And then we are back on Friday for an opening day preview. It's almost here. We'll see you then.